Young Miami has a scammer song called Spin That, and she is just promoting scamming in the black community. And this has been called the song of the summer for black people, a part of our culture. And this shit, let me just tell you how conflicting this is, right? You have a group of people, black people, and even the hood people, the hood, the ghetto, whatever you want to call it, because there is a difference between regular black people and those type of black people, right? But I think we can all say, as a human race or as a black race, we don't like when we go in a store and there's a white person or any other non-black person who owns the store who is like what we call following us around the store or stereotyping us, right? I think every single black person does not like to be stereotyped, does not like to have someone looking at them while they shop. However, the same people who would call out racism, who would call out to cancel a store for following them around the store, are literally okay with listening to a song that goes, "Where all my scamming ass niggas at, spending that money fast, 2050s, hundreds cash." So on one hand, she's glorifying scammers, and not only scamming, she's glorifying people. She said, "Spend that money fast." So it's like pushing this narrative of like not even investing your money. So scam, get some money illegally, and then don't even save it or invest it. Just spend it fast on dumb shit, right? Then it says, "Boosting bitches, where y'all at?" So meaning not only am I rooting for the scamming males, black males, because she said the N-word. This shit says, "Where my boosting bitches at?" Stuffing that stuff in your bag. So now she's also encouraging women to scam and steal. Okay, so it's getting fucking weird, and now I see why JT don't fool with Young Miami, because she's a bird. Because literally the group that Young Miami and JT was in, the City Girls, the reason before they fell out, something that really hit the group was when JT went to prison for years. JT went to prison for fraud, for scamming. That's why she went to prison. But now Young Miami goes a step further, right? You would think she would think, damn, like I had a close friend, a close business partner, my whatever, my this, my that. You would think that her perspective or her mentality of like scamming and doing this shit, she wouldn't do it. She wouldn't be a part of that type of narrative. But again, how can I even hold the bar for this bird when literally she's the same person who wrote a statement supporting and defending P. Diddy's character? So that lets me know, she's the same person that backed and supported and has been around P. Diddy. So we already know that her morals are low. So, Young Miami, I can't really get mad at her because a bird is going to be a bird. But my problem is with the black community at large. Because you were supporting this song and people are like, "Oh, but it sounds good. It's so catchy." Pause. Hell no. Let's pause there. The problem with the black community is because there's no type of bar, there's no type of control. The black community is so weak. There are so many foods like fried chicken, Popeyes, Church's chicken, all these different things that we know was poisoning the black community. That's the reason why they're sick. They got diabetes, high blood pressure, having strokes, heart attacks left and right, because food tastes good. So they're okay with killing themselves and harming their body because food tastes good. So these companies know that we're weak. But now it's like, okay, great. We can make music that sounds good, and we can continue to listen to music that is hurtful to the community. Y'all, please, this song is not catchy. This song is actually a spell, because the way that it's addicting is actually very strange. I want you guys to think about it. Because for me, the first time I heard this song, I heard it, of course, but the lyrics, I really hated it. And like after the song went off, I was like, wow, like I don't like this song. I can't support this message. But guess what? After listening to it, I kept in my head I kept saying in my head, like, "Where all these scamming ass bitches at, going that go yard bar back, spin that spin that spin that." Like the song literally kept replaying in my brain. And it's not because it's catchy, y'all. It's because something what they did with that song is very specific. It's a spell. Like I've never listened to a song once, or even if I like hear a reel, I will start to hear this song randomly throughout the day. And I know I'm not the only one that it happens to, but I think that people think like, oh yeah, it's just a hit, it's so catchy. No, it's a spell. And even if the song is catchy, even if you do like the beat, because the beat is all right, right? Like, even if you do like the vibe, I think that as a community, we have to get to a point where we have to say, all right, the song is catchy. Let's say it is catchy. Let's call it that. Even though it's a spell, y'all, under a spell. But let's call it catchy. Even if that's the case, at a certain point, you have to be like, I can't stand for this because it's bad for the community. And some people are saying like, oh, it's just a song. Is it? Because this same song is going to give other cultures and people who already stereotype us even more ammunition to judge us. And beyond that, it also, because it's not about what other people think, it's also about what we think and how we perceive ourselves to be. There are young kids who are listening to this song who feel like, damn, this is cool. Maybe I want to be a booster. I want to be a scammer. I want to do this shit. Like, they're listening to it and it's inspiring them. Just because you as an individual, like, I can listen to that song and not steal, right? But I also have rationale. I have a good upbringing. I come from a solid home. I have education. I have things that I got going on to where I don't have to do that. But just because I can listen to that song and not commit it doesn't mean that other people can't, because other people have different situations where they grew from they didn't have an upbringing, or currently don't, because kids are listening to this too. People currently don't have solid parents or solid influence, so they get easily persuaded to do things by the music and what's cool and what's being pushed out. So even if I can listen to this song and it did not affect my life in terms of what I'm going to do, I'm going to not support this song because it's not just about me. I have to consider how this is influencing the kids, how this is influencing other adults who are struggling or kind of thinking about whether or not they want to steal or commit illegal acts or not. This is going to give them that boost to actually do it because it's now being promoted. It's now being promoted as cool. And so it's funny and interesting because, again, on one hand, people want to support the song, but they're not going to support when people are following them around the store, or when they try to get a loan or try to live in certain neighborhoods, when they get stereotyped or judged, or when they're not allowed in certain communities, they're going to get mad at that, right? But they want to support the song. Or there's going to be situations to where these families are being impacted, right? Everyone thinks the song is cool, but when someone goes to prison, becomes a felon, goes to jail for stealing, and now you have kids who are without parents, or kids whose parents have records and now those parents can't get certain jobs, right? Because of they went to jail for scamming and boosting. Now it's a problem, right? It's all cool. The song is cute and all that. But then when you start dating people and then you find out that they have a history with, with stealing and committing fraud and scamming, now you're judging them. No, babes, you're going to have to make a decision. Because if you support this song, you support other cultures stereotyping your ass and following you around the store and judging you. If you support this song, you're supporting cops really keeping an eye out for your ass. If you support this song, then you're cool when little kids and adults go to jail for stealing. You're cool when people have a record. So make a decision, black people. Are you going to actually stand for something and have a moral compass and say, damn it, I don't give a fuck how good the song sounds, how repetitive it is, how much it's catchy, aka is a spell. I don't care about this or that. I'm not going to support the song because of the message. But that's the problem with the community. Y'all don't have a backbone. It just has to be good and you're going to do it. The food can be harming your body, you're going to eat the food. The drugs can be killing your body, you're gonna take the drugs. The music can be toxic, you're gonna listen to it because it makes you feel good. Black people are so all about, oh, it feels good, it tastes good. Like, y'all under a fucking spell. If you had this same song, if a white person made a song that was about scamming and damaging their community and having a negative stereotype about them, they would not, like, the white people would not support that. They would be trying to like condemn it. You know, it would be despicable. Could you imagine if someone with actual culture and heritage and moral compass, let's think about the Jews, for example. Do you think if a Jewish artist made this type of record encouraging their fellow Jews to like actually commit these crimes, do you think that they would actually support it? No. They would not support this nonsense. They would have a problem with it because they have a moral compass, okay? And they stand for something, okay? The black people are fucking cooked because y'all don't stand for shit. And the moment that somebody stands up, for example, when India stood up in opposition to this record or tried to highlight the point that, damn, this shows a flaw in our culture, everybody wants to light her up. Yung Miami is retweeting stuff that's saying, oh, she's just washed up. Everybody's going up against India, someone who has always been about black power and black class and respecting yourself and self-love. Love your hair, whether you got it growing from your roots or whether you choose to shave your hair. You know, love your natural body and its natural self. Like, you know, you're beautiful in all dark shades. Like, India has created music that has been positively, you know, has been positive for the black community. But you have black people condemning her for just pointing out where we are as a community, the toxic nature of this type of music. So it's just like the black people are so motherfucking cooked that I, as a black person, at this point, if I go shopping and I'm being stereotyped, there's white people, the store owners are following me around the store. At this point, I can't get offended. I'm like, all right, because the music that every black person is bumping around these days is where my scamming ass niggas at. Where my boosting bitches at, stuffing that shit in y'all bags. So if that's what y'all blasting outside in your car, and what they hear on the radio, well, baby, if they gonna follow me around the store, at this point, I'm gonna just let them come shop with me, cause I can't blame them. At this point, get a cart and just walk with me, like be my personal shopper. Come with me, right? Like at this point, I'm going to have to just empty my pockets before I leave so they can say, hey, guys, I didn't steal nothing. Do you want to pat me down? Let's do the whole thing. At this point, I'm okay with it. Because if I was them, I would think the same goddamn way. I'm like, hold on now. Because y'all black people out here scamming and shit, and y'all got music talking about it. And we already heard the Nigerians and the Africans be scamming. That's the narrative. And so also now the African Americans are scamming too and making music about it? Okay. We really got... Come on now. Even me as a black person. Listen... Okay, as a black person, if I owned a store and some black people, especially the type that listen to Yung Miami, all right now, if y'all came in my goddamn store, best believe I'm going to be looking at y'all too. Oh, you think boosting and stealing and putting stuff in your Goyard bag and all that is cool? No, hood rat. Yeah, hood rat, I'm talking to you. Because that's what you're acting like. You was scamming ass, that's what you listening to, and I'm going to treat you just like it. I'm looking at that ass. Where my cameras at? We got cameras all around this bitch. Okay? I may even have the door to have an automatic lock on it. So if I even think somebody's stealing, let's go ahead and lock the door. Lock your ass up in here for a minute. Let's make sure you clear. Right? So that's where I'm at as a human being. At this point, stereotype me. Right? Because, I mean, what do you guys think you're doing when you're putting out that type of music? And it's also like, it's a slap in the face to people like me. Black people like me who are actually trying to do the right thing. We're creating businesses. We're creating platforms. We have careers. You know, now we gotta. You know, we're black people are already getting judged. Like, how's your credit score? How's this? How's that? How's your income? Like, you just like this type of music is making it harder for other black people, and I think it's fucked up because again, everyone's like, oh, this song is fine. We don't care what other people think. You actually should care what other people think because if they're in the power to like dictate your future, then you probably should care. And if you don't care about what they think, you need to care about what the youth, what do young black kids think? What are they listening to? Because whether you know it or not, everything is about energy. The music that you listen to, those are words. Words have power. Words have meaning. That's the reason why the black community is cooked. That's why there's a lot of black criminals. That's why a lot of black people are on drugs. That's why a lot of black people have broken homes. That's why a lot of black people kill each other. That's why a lot of black people are just sad, because it's in the music. Because, hello, words matter. Words are real. Words have an effect. And so if you listen to that, it really gets into your spirit. It really encourages your actions, which is why you don't see other cultures and races making music like this, because they actually understand how energy works, and they actually have a moral compass. They have a limit. Like at a certain point, you gotta like draw the line. Black people don't draw a line because everything sounds good. It's catchy. It's this. I like it. I feel good. We're not in a position, okay? We're not, as a community, we're not in a position to just be in the space of feeling good. Like, we're not in a position to listen to any type of music because our community is cooked, right? Like, we know the statistics of what our people are when it comes to crime, or what happens when it comes to, like, illiteracy rates, and what happens when it comes to our financial status, when it comes to our family status, the marriage rates, the success rates, when you compare it to other cultures. Like, out of all the cultures that exist, we specifically, and we directly, and we especially, we don't have the space and the autonomy to continue to pull ourselves further down, deeper in the mud, okay? We're just not at a place to put this type of music out. We have a lot going against us. And so now we're giving people in our own community more of just... And again, it's not only is it about spending. It's not even just about like boosting and scamming and committing fraud, but it's just like, she's also, it says spend that money fast, spend it, 20s, 50s, 100, cash, spend that shit, not invest that shit, not save that shit, not use that shit for college for your kids shit. No, spend that shit on some bullshit. Let's make these white people richer. Spend it on the white person who owns Louis Vuitton. Spend it on the white person that owns Dior. Spend it on the white person that owns Gucci. Let's just spend it. Let's just make white people richer. Let's steal from the whites and give the money right back to the whites. Not even spend it on a black business, right? Like, if you're going to steal that shit, at least put it back in the community, for the love of God, right? So it's just... the ignorance is at an all-time high. The vibrations are at an all-time low. It's at an all-time motherfucking low. I can't support that shit. I don't give a fuck how catchy you think this song is. That type of lyric you do not need to be repeating and regurgitating in your head. You don't need to be blasting that out. Like, it is embarrassing as hell. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. And y'all don't get embarrassed by nothing. Y'all just cool with this shit. Like, there's no type of integrity. There's no type of care for how we're being looked at. You should care. You should actually care about the narrative of your people. You should actually care at, like, what the youth have to look up to, what they're listening to. You should care. You should have a moral compass. Like, at this point, it's too much. So again, if you like this song, I hope you like when people are stereotyping your ass and following you around the store. If you like this song, I hope when you're trying to get a loan or when you're trying to get a house, when they're like double checking and triple checking your credit score, when they're like doing several follow-up questions and giving you a hard time, when they're denying you to get into certain neighborhoods, when they're denying your kid to getting into certain schools, when families are getting broken up because their fraudulent, scamming ass parents got caught and they go to jail or prison, and now the kid has to go to the foster care system, I hope you support that shit. Because if you support this song, you support all that shit indirectly. And actually directly, because it's pretty obvious what the message is, okay? So again, use your brain, think about what the fuck is going in your brain and the implications that it has, not just for you, but to the community at large. Because believe it or not, even if you can listen to it and be okay, everybody else who listens to that song can't be okay. I've been watching the news. I'm on social media. I know what's going on. The people have just been stealing and left and right. Black people. The narratives are being pushed. People, I think it was a person who literally went. It was this dumb girl who she actually was her and her sister were scamming. They went to the store, was stealing shit, putting all this shit in their bags. The goddamn next day or within that same week, she goes on social media playing Yung Miami song Spend That in the background, showing off her new bags that she just stole. Like, again, and again, black people love to self-harm. Like, this is the only race that just makes it a part of their culture to be derogatory. Calling each other niggas and bitches in the song. Supporting and calling each other scammers and boosters in the song. Flip it, spin that. Like, it just gets to a point. That ain't my black community. That's not my black culture. That's ghetto culture. That's ratchet culture. That's hood culture. Okay? And so at this point, we got to start differentiating the difference between the two. Okay? You got a black person. Okay? Then you got a hood rat. You got a black person. Okay? And then you got the streets. You got a black person. And then you got ignorant. Okay? Anybody playing that type of music? Hood. Low vibrational. It is what it is. I can't support that motherfucking shit. I cannot. If you like the beat, find the instrumental version and listen to the beat. I like the beat. Do some shit like that. But if you are supporting that record, and shame on the BET Awards for calling that shit the song of the summer and the epitome of black culture and all that bullshit. It's a fucking hot ass mess. I hope you guys are ready and prepared for the negative implications and the backlash of it all. If you enjoyed this video, if this, inspired you to just think differently, or if you can just feel the same sentiments, I love you for watching. Go ahead and click that thumbs up. All right, click the thumbs up. Let me know that you liked the video and tell me your thoughts on this song below in the comments. I love y'all for real. On this note, we always keep it real. I always keep it 1,000 here. If you like that, click the subscribe button and leave a comment below. Peace out.